Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I am bringing you guys here the second game in Planet Hype versus Young Gaming, and this is in the JoinDota League. JoinDota League number 9, the 9th league of JoinDota, if you guys didn't know about that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cast the second game, and if you haven't checked out the first game, go check it out because some pretty cool things happened. At least I think they were pretty cool. Some people might say, man, Dota, blah, but I think it was pretty cool when it happened. And your chance to have it watched without me spoiling anything is officially up. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the game because Planet Hype did not win that game, unfortunately. Young Gaming did come out victorious in the whole entire series, and I think it really just boiled down to just how the fights were responded to. The idea coming up from Young Gaming from Planet Hype was really good. I like the idea, but they had a Centaur and an Earthshaker, which kinda made it suck when the team fights broke out, because team fights are what Earthshaker and Centaur Warner are really good at, so to speak, but they both need their levels, so they both kind of want to fit in the offlane role. So I think we just kind of ran into a very strange situation where Planet Hype didn't really have enough levels for the people. Maybe Centaur had another point in stun, maybe if Earthshaker had enough gold to farm up, or sorry, have enough room to farm up his Blink Dagger, it might have been better. But all in all, that was the last game. That was the past. Let's go ahead and focus on the future, and let's see how the teams decide to play it out. Going into the Planet Hype side, they banned out the OD. They banned out the OD and the Enchantress. And on the side of Young Gaming, they banned out the Death Prophet and the Earth Spirit. So they will not be seeing that in this game. Earth Spirit, a lot of control as a support. And in general, when team fights break out, you want to have as much control for your supports as efficiently as possible. Earth Spirit's really nice balance of, like, you know, spell cost ability versus effectiveness in team fights. So having him banned out makes a lot of sense. Death Prophet, she just primitivized anything really nasty to have in the mid lane. Do not want to fight against that unless you absolutely have to. Meanwhile, Enchantress, she can become a super nice late game carry, but I do not like her as a solo carry. But having her banned out makes sense. And OD, one of the premier people in this game. I think he surprised a lot of people as far as how strong he actually turned out to be. But an Outward Devourer pretty much devours any world that's out there, because that's kind of what his name says. You know, it's spoiler alert. His name is kind of true. But he just wrecks people pretty hard. Just gets some attack speed plus some survivability, and you can just win pretty much any game. And I've seen a lot of games where OD's team has been behind, but his team ended up winning anyway because OD just was OD. Alright, so moving on to the bans, moving on to the picks. We got a Faceless Void picked up on the side of Planet Hype and a Lina. I'm assuming we're going to see a mid Lina. I've been seeing more and more mid Linas as the game goes along, so I think people are starting to like the idea of mid Lina again, which makes me happy, because I like Lina playing in the mid, I like Lina getting some farm. And Lina automatically is like a soft ban, so to speak, versus people like Juggernaut, versus people like Gyrocopter, who are two popular carries in this current meta, who really do well when they can not be blown up. But Lina will always be able to blow them up, especially once she gets to Aghanim Scepter. So having Lina being picked up inside of Planet Hype, it kind of soft bans, it doesn't fully ban, but soft bans a Juggernaut. But looking at Young Gaming's lineup though, it looks like they weren't considering that at all. They had the Witch Doctor, they had the Abaddon, who's basically a team fight monster. He shows up, he jumps himself a few Aphotic Shields, drops his ulti, makes everybody take less damage if he gets an Ags, and he's just having all great of a time. So we'll see Abaddon being played. I'm assuming he's going to be played off lane. I've seen a few teams play him as an off laner, which I like the idea of off lane Abaddon. If you can give Abaddon some farm, play him as a core, it works out really well. But having Abaddon as a support works too, I guess. You can get a Aphotic Shield, get a Soul Ring, you have all that you need. You have all that you need to get stuff done. Moving on to the bans on the side of Planet Hype. They ban out the Spectre, they also ban out the Lone Druid. So two people who you see occasionally in the meta. A lot of teams haven't really fully adjusted or fully accepted Spectre as their primary carry, but I still preach the words of Spectre. Carry Spectre. I like seeing games with Spectre in it. It's always interesting to see how Spectre can be involved in a team fight without having to be involved. Like, she can just literally drop her ulti, maybe jump to like one illusion, kill somebody, and then TP out and go farm. So Spectre really annoying in that aspect. Lone Druid, speaking of being annoying, he can just kind of show up. And wreck stuff. So that's where all the stuff comes through. And actually, give me a quick second. One second.
Radiant team pick.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to type something. Yeah, so moving back into the picks, moving back into the bans and stuff that we're seeing. Yeah, Lone Druid being banned out makes a little bit of sense. Planet Hype don't want that easy push to wreck their towers. And Lone Druid, I mean, I've had mixed feelings about him. I don't know if he's super ban worthy. I think a lot of teams have dealt with him very well. And I haven't really seen Lone Druid become like a super scary I am man bear, fear me type of play. But he's still something that you want to ban out if you can at all ban out, because otherwise it just causes issues overall. Moving back to the other bans, Young and Gaming banned out the Invoker and banned out the Oracle. I'm not too terribly surprised to see Invoker got banned out. Maybe Planet Hype don't have an Invoker player, but looks like Young and Gaming do not want that to be picked up on the side. And they also banned out the Oracle, which makes sense because Abaddon's Aphotic Shields and all those other things can get purged off. I'm still on the fence about Oracle as a support anyway, but he's not going to be playing this game, so no worries about him. Planet Hype, they do pick up the Lich, which I like a lot. They can basically have a little bit of fun with that. And also, I want to say no pun intended when I said I like Lich a lot, because for anybody who doesn't know, the alternate pronunciation for the way you spell the name Lich is also like, which is like the word like, you know, L-I-K-E or L-I-C-H, like. That's kind of how you pronounce it in a different way, but in Dota you pronounce it Lich, and it's really cool because the announcer here says like, or Lich, not to be confused with like, which is a completely different thing, but anyway, all this at lore aside, Lich is basically an undead thing. He's reanimated and stuff, so that's considered a like in like other Lovecraftian lore. Anyway, all that aside, let's move away. So let's talk about the actual Dota game. So Lich gets picked up on the side of Planet Hype, and they also pick up the Clinks. I am already really afraid from Planet Hype's lineup. Young and Gaming have a very strong lineup compared to what they're facing. Of course, it's not the most perfect strategy. Of course, it's not the most, we will never die strategy. But Young and Gaming are poised right now to have all the advantage in the world. Clinks as a hero struggles a lot if he cannot get those pickoffs, and if basically all your whole entire game is just basically revolves around Clinks, get in there, getting a kill, and then run away, or maybe even picking off somebody like a Witch Doctor or an Abaddon, then you're gonna have a very bad time. I want to go as far as to say that if Young and Gaming wanted to, they can technically pick up a Bounty Hunter and still do okay. If they really truly wanted to, they can pick up a Bounty Hunter and still do well with their lineup. The only reason why I say that is because all they really need to do is make sure Templar Assassin starts snowballing, and once she snowballs, the game is pretty much all but won. Lina will blow up die pretty fast to Templar Assassin. Lich will die extremely fast to Templar Assassin. Faceless Void can drop her Chrono and then die to Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin is pretty much poised to blow every single person up on Planet Hype's lineup, and I'm really afraid because Planet Hype have no survivability when team fights break out. Maybe if Abaddon was on their side, like if they switch Abaddon and Lich for both sides, it would be great. But I'm just like extremely fearful for Planet Hype's lineup. I do not know if they can actually make this work. On the side of Young and Gaming side, though, they have the Witch Doctor, who's going to be a nice solid support to have. The heal's going to be really nice, and also the Witch Doctor also going to be really nice as well. Abaddon, he's just basically all in your face. You're never going to kill me, bro, kind of stuff. And Wraithkin gets picked up on Young and Gaming side. Lion, he's there to just blow people up and control people. Templar Assassin, she's there to blow people up too. You have a lot of burst damage on Young and Gaming side, and the only thing that will do really well versus them will be a nice solid carry like a Spectre, but I don't know if Clinks is going to be the one to go for. I don't know if he's the answer. And if they're playing Lina Lich as support and Clinks as a carry, that might work out. I would be okay with that. But if they're playing Lina mid, oh, they're playing a Pudge. Okay, so they're playing Pudge as a trying to see if I can make sense of this. They're playing Lina as a mid, Pudge as a support with Lich, which they might be able to get a few kills here or there with it, because I mean Pudge has his hook. But with the support Pudge, or 4-position Pudge, I don't know how much value you can actually get out of it. Yeah, he did go for Brutes first. Lina is going to be playing mid. Lich playing support as we expect. Clinks going to be playing the carry for his team. He's actually going for a Soul Ring? Ah, interesting. So he's going to make sure that he can get himself a nice strafe every single time. Alright guys, so we're going to see how this works out for him. We'll see how Planet Hype decides to play this out. Like I said, it's going to be a really risky lineup. On the flip side, if they start snowballing, they will snowball like all hell. Like, Clinks will get so many items, he'll do so much damage that the supports on the side of Young and Gaming will die anyway. Lina will be able to blow up anybody and everybody. Lich, if he can get an early Aghanim Scepter, it will tear the team apart. And Faceless Void, at the very least can get the Chrono. So they have the Chrono plus Lich ult. That's going to be a nice combination. But I fear strongly that they're going to be super reliant on Faceless Void's Chronosphere plus Lich ult. That's going to break. It's going to break much of what they can try to do. Alright, so speaking of breaking much of what they can try to do, let's go ahead and do introductions. Starting off with Young and Gaming side, we have Seraph playing Dad Abaddon. Templar Assassin is being controlled by the one and only Mr. Cash. And Wraith King is being controlled by Rank. So Rank controlling that Wraith King. So carry Wraith King incoming. Eudomonic playing that Lion, and Witch Doctor is being controlled by Worse. Moving on to the other side of Planet Hype side, we got 1-3-1-4 playing that Lina. Dragon Rake is playing that Clinks, and Faceless Void is being controlled in the off lane by Trabalin, and Pudge playing one of them supports. Gonna be walking around the corner playing Atlas. or sorry, Atlas will be playing Pudge, not Pudge playing Atlas. It's kind of weird. And last but not least, on this Lich who has a very cool mask. That is actually kind of cool. I mean, it's not cool like I'm gonna go buy it immediately, but look, it looks cool. I mean, it's fair. It's a fair looking mask. I'll say it's a fair looking mask. Anyway, Lich is being controlled by the one and only Brian. So we'll see how this game decides to go. Moving on to the top lane, we got Pudge and Clinks versus the lone Abaddon. So Abaddon should be able to get some farm, not a ton of farm, but once those Searing Arrows come out, I think he's gonna have a little bit of trouble. Pudge is around the corner, probably needs to go for level 1 rot, and he will be able to get the. Oh nope, Abaddon's just gonna go for the damage, back him away. Atlas doesn't want to walk into that. It's gonna be 110 damage that he'll take if he isn't too careful. I think as it stands right now, Abaddon should not be too terribly bothered. A Photic Shield should help him out a lot, but we still might see the first blood happen here. Meanwhile, mid lane, we got Lina Lich versus the Templar Assassin plus the Witch Doctor. I think, and for all intents and purposes, this is definitely going to be a win overall for the Templar Assassin as far as being able to, do something useful with the early levels. Lena's going to have a lot of trouble actually trying to get a kill on top of Mr. Cash unless she can get a nice timely stun on top of the Templar Assassin before Refraction comes up. But one of the biggest disadvantages for Lena versus Templar Assassin is that Templar Assassin can block all that damage. Like, she literally just blocked 110 damage just with one spell. So it's going to cause a lot of troubles for Lena. Lena's going to maybe want to invest a few points inside her Fiery Soul, which she's actually doing right now, just so she can make sure she can break that Refraction. Moving on down to bottom, Travelin. Travelin's playing that Faceless Void Hex. Might be a little bit. No, okay, he won't be a little bit of trouble. Witch Doctor might be a little bit of trouble. Cassie can come through here in a second. Lich's gonna go ahead and drop the Frost Blast. He's gonna keep his distance. Faceless Void can time walk forward if he needs to. Looks like he will. No time dilation. Oh, Lion shows up with the stun. There's a casket falling through as well. The Fairy Fire gets eaten up just to make sure he doesn't die. And they're not gonna be able to get the kill. Such a heartbreaking loss of a kill. That definitely. I think I definitely should have went the way of PH, but unfortunately, Witch Doctor had the support there. Lion stun on point. Basically Beyonce. Always on point. Always on time. So Lich picks up a nice Arcane Rune. He is trying to help the Lina win her lane by dropping those denies and just dropping a little bit of damage every once in a while on top of Templar Assassin. Make sure that Mr. Cash stays nice and back and further away. Moving to the top lane, Seraph on that Abaddon, sitting pretty nice and healthy. Has the Orb of Venom. Also has a point inside of Curse of Avernus. So that means whenever Pudge does try to show up and go for some rot plus, some hook damage, trying to be the hooker that he is, he's not going to be able to get too much value out of that. But yeah, mid lane, dual mid lane, Lina, Lich. Lina definitely needs to get herself a start going, otherwise it's not going to be going too well. Speaking of things going too well though, this bottom lane showing that Wraith King's having quite a bit of fun time, has 16 last hits to his name versus Clink's 14 last hits. They're both relatively close, but I still think in the grand scheme of things, I mean, if you can counter Clink's with just 100 gold, that just kind of sucks overall. And actually, man, Lion able to trade relatively efficiently because of Wraith King's aura, and Wraith King of course turning it on so his creeps can push a little bit. Don't really know if he's just trying to do this just to balance the lane equilibrium or not. So breaking this game down to the grand scheme of things, I think this is absolutely what Planet Hype need to do. I don't think there's any other way around it. Like, this lineup would not work at all if they had Lina solo versus Templar Assassin solo. So having the dual mid versus the Templar Assassin works really well. That said, Young Gaming have responded relatively well, putting the Witch Doctor mid to make sure that Templar Assassin can have not as bad of a time as she would idealistically. Actually, Templar Assassin going to go ahead and stack herself some Ancients too, and check the rune. Finds herself a Lina. Lich and Lina are all over that though, so she ain't gonna walk into none of that. Ain't gonna have none of that trouble. Lina will get herself a regen rune in the bottle. Meanwhile, Lich getting hit with a few bottle charges himself. And moving back into the top lane, a Photic Shield getting used on top of creeps. Pudge waiting for the hook. If he can line it up, it will be great. He does have level 2 hook. Only level 1 rot though. I can see the range right over there. So Abaddon needs to be very careful. Does not want to get pulled into this. He is not level 6 just yet. He is not invincible. He's just really difficult to kill and really annoying to kill. So now Seraph going to go ahead and just try to pull some creeps. And unfortunately, there we go. The creep does finally hit him. And he's going to be able to have him move down. First blood still has yet to happen. And Faceless Void actually sitting pretty low. He's farming some creeps in the jungle. Now transitioning into the mid game, if Templar Assassin decides to build herself something like a Blink Dagger, straight up Blink Dagger Dessa, like no power, no phase boots, then I think this is gonna be a hellish game for Planet Hype because she can blow up anybody. Like, everybody's a candidate to get blown up. Even Pudge, who technically is a strength hero, he should have the HP, blah blah, but he can still get blown up pretty well versus a Templar Assassin, especially if she can get a jump on him. Only has what, 2 points inside of Refraction, no points inside of Meld at all, so not enough to actually blow anybody up just yet, but it will get there. It will become a problem, and when it does, oh boy. And look at these stacks. So many stacks coming from Templar Assassin. Young Gaming keeping the supports busy. Make sure that they're stacking for Templar Assassin. Make sure she can get the farm that she wants. She knows that she's going to be losing some XP because of Lich's deny. But you cannot deny these creep stacks. So they will be stacking as many creeps as possible. So overall, good job coming out from the supports. Well played. And nice observer getting dropped over here. Make sure she can't stack too much. So playing a hype. We're aware of that. Of the creeps being stacked. That's a 3 stack right now. If they could steal it, that would be great. But I don't know if anybody has enough damage to actually steal that. Maybe Clinks at one point in the game. He'll have enough to do that, but... Anyway, Lena going towards a rune. Oh, she's going to be forced away from as far as possible. Wish Doctor has a casket available. Oh, the haste rune is going to make it so much worse. Wish Doctor is actually going to rotate towards the top. Looks like, no, they're not going to go for it. Pudge Hook's available, though. Looks like Pudge, oh, drops the observer ward. He has a hook available. Hook actually lands. He catches the Abaddon. Abaddon might be going down here in a few seconds. Looks like Casket's going to fly. Pudge all by his lonesome. Wish Doctor's keeping him nice and healthy. The rot from Pudge, a little bit too strong. Denied, not going to be there. First blood coming to Seraph. And Wish Doctor able to heal up the Abaddon from the low ground to the high ground. A very unfortunate kill. Now your offlaner has basically just as many levels as the Clinks. On the safe lane, oh man, makes it so much more troublesome. And I think overall that was a really good idea from Pudge. Maybe if the rotation would have continued in from Lena, they might have been able to blow up the Abaddon before the rest of the damage came to Pudge. But hindsight's 20/20, guys. Like when it comes down to it, it's all about what happened in the moment. And what happened in that moment, Lena was going back towards mid. She thought, hey, that's not going to happen. Maybe just some more miscommunication coming from playing at hype. But I think that was a really good idea from Pudge. That's exactly what you want your Pudge to do. And Pudge tried to make up of what he could, but unfortunately couldn't get the kill. Level 1 Rot does such a crappy amount of damage. It's like 30 damage per second, which is not a lot. Especially considering that Abaddon had a Photic Shield, so... In hindsight, actually no, not even hindsight, just in normal sights, like in basically 20/20 vision, a Photic Shield absorbs 170 damage. It will take Pudge, what is that? It's like 3 times, basically 3 times 6? It would take Pudge 6 seconds to burn off a Photic Shield by himself, assuming he doesn't right click. Anyway, assuming things aside, we got Pudge actually might be getting spotted out. They don't have a observer ward over here in the jungle. Looks like Pudge's gonna walk around the corner. They're gonna find 3. Oh no, Pudge does not like what he sees. They're gonna walk away immediately. Meanwhile, we got ourselves Alina all by herself, trying to get the blow up on top of Lich. Does get the kill, but she loses her life for her troubles. Meanwhile, Atlas gonna be forced to walk around the other way. At the very least, they got the kill on top of that Witch Doctor, but losing your Alina for a Witch Doctor, definitely not a good value. Basically proved by the fact that Witch Doctor comes up in 3 more seconds. Alina's coming up in 14 seconds. At the very least, Clinks is still up top, farming up. And he is working towards what looks to be, I hope it's not a Bloodstone, but yeah, Orchid's going to be coming up on him soon. He's trying to push his lane as much as he can. And I've seen this build once before. I don't remember how it worked out, or who got it and how it worked out for him. But at the very least, Clinks will always have enough mana for his ulti. He'll always have enough mana for his Strife with the Soul Ring. So that's one of the benefits of that. But on the flip side, I don't know how worth it is. I mean, because it's going to delay his Orchid Malevolence. And unless Clinks wants to go for the double diffusal build, I've seen that before. I've seen somebody go for double diffusal on Clinks, and it worked out pretty damn well. It's actually kind of shocking how well it worked out, but having the diffusal to purge somebody and then just right-clicking them to death is always a good idea. Of course, having an Orchid is going to be a little bit stronger in this game because you have all these stuns. You have the basically the invincibility come out from Abaddon and everything. Anyway, speaking of invincibility, we got Pudge in a little bit of trouble, gonna be forced to back away. Templar Assassin, no points in Mel just yet, but Abaddon gonna come around the corner. He shows up. Here's Baghdaddy. Pudge does go down. Wish I could keep him in the last hit. And unfortunately, Atlas is going to be going down, getting a little bit lost. And now Lion gets a finger of death on top of Clinks. Just a very simple, straightforward thing of just going invisible. Not much he could have done to respond to that one. Just Lion a little bit too quick on the trigger finger. And more gold being lost. Lich going to be getting caught up by Abaddon. If Abaddon had a Force Staff, it just might be the death of him. But luckily, Brian moves at 315. But Abaddon, no! Oh man, okay, nice ulti. Getting popped by Abaddon going to force himself to get healed up a little bit more. Meanwhile, Pudge around the corner drops the hook. It looks like he misses completely. Lion looking for the stun. He might be able to find it, but they're pinging all over the place. I don't know who wants water, who has the advantage. Speaking of having an advantage, we got Lena walking straight towards the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin has refraction available. PH 1314 has no support because all the supports are up top. And meanwhile, Pudge hook does land on top of the Abaddon. Abaddon just might be going down. No, the heal's not going to be enough. Sorry, the damage not going to be enough. Nobody's coming to support. Lich trying to get there as soon as he possibly can. Luckily Pudge denies himself. I think this is one of those fights where you do need to go ahead and commit yourself to Lich ulti, but looks like they're not going to do it. Meanwhile, Lena is going to be able to make this on the live mid when she was trying to run away, so she did not trade her life for anything. She was trying to challenge the ancient grab coming from Templar Assassin, but unfortunately she almost lost her life in the process. Now we got a haste room coming up from the Lena. I think Faces Void needs to go and drop the Chrono now. He's going to drop it. No! Looks like he's not going to drop. Instead, they're going to try to force out the Wraith King ulti. Look at so much damage coming towards Lena. She goes down, walks to her death. Traveling going to back away, and I'm not too entirely sure why Lena was that close to begin with, but she walked right into the Wraith King, and Wraith King just kind of blew her up. That was just that was just a misplay. That's what that comes down to. Yeah. No true reason for Lena to be that close with the haste rune. Speaking of being that close, we got a hook from Pudge, able to keep his Faces Void alive. And Faces Void's Chronosphere was already used, so unfortunately he doesn't have it for this next fight coming up. Pudge has a level 4 hook. They're going to try to see what they can make of this fight, but we got 3 people hanging out for the Radiant Squad down at the bottom. And the Hand of Midas did get picked up for rank, so take a look at this net worth. Because we have Wraith King at the top of those charts. Basically, a very similar story to what happened last game, with the exception of not everybody's at the bottom. But speaking of not everybody being at the bottom, Tribunal, he might be in trouble. He's going to get the stun. No, the hook from Pudge almost in time. Just a little bit off the mark. Meanwhile, Brian shows up. He drops his ulti. Going to go ahead and commit that to Wraith King. Wraith King has another life available, though. And he will be able to get the slow on top of Brian. And Brian might be getting hit with the follow-up stun. There's a follow-up stun coming through. Lion has an ult stun available. In a few seconds, Lich is going to be going down, though. Fairy Fry gets eaten. Alice, what you going to do, bro? Drops the rod. Going to go ahead and make sure his ally can get out here alive. Lena shows up around the corner. She's mad. She's gonna go for it. Ulti coming through. Incoming. There it is. It finally hits on top of the Wraith King. On top of the Witch Doctor. And they're gonna try to find themselves a kill on top of this top of the other person who's there. Lion, he does make it out. Meanwhile, everybody's gonna be able to come in and go for it. I think this is where you need to go ahead and group up as PH and just go straight for a tower. Get what objective you can while you can, because the next team fight may not be so nice. Gold exchange is basically even, which means that Young Gaming are still coming out on top. Even though they have this much as far as the XP advantage goes, and as far as the gold graph goes, they're still not losing a ton just for losing a single Witch Doctor. So for anybody who doesn't know, I'm just going to talk about really quickly the net worth, how it's calculated, or sorry, how the gold that you get whenever somebody dies is calculated. It basically boils down to how much net worth your team has, what the net worth deficit is, and what the net worth level of the person was. Anyway, speaking of net worth of the person was, we got Pudge, nice hook, keeping this Clinks alive. Basically Earth Spirit right now. Nice stun from Lena, going to be following up on top of Seraph's face, and Seraph, if they can pop that ulti early, it'll be great. But looks like they're not going to be able to find it. Looks like Faces Void has a Chronosphere available. Will they go for it? I think they need to commit for it or not commit for it, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and not commit for it. They're going to back away. But yeah, continue with the talk I was talking about for values that you get whenever you do. Oh, Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger is available for Wraith King. He wants this kill. He's going to find himself a Pudge. Pudge pops the ulti from Abaddon. Nice ulti coming from Faces Void, and there's a Finger of Death. Going to be able to immediately blast out the Pudge. But Abaddon does get blasted down to the ground. Lena able to burst him down. You know, nice ability coming out from Faces Void, slowing down the Wraith King, who has only one ability to use, and now Lich might be the one to go down. Nice Frost Armor, bro. Gonna be able to run out of here. Clinks around the backside. Dragon Reek doesn't really want to get picked off. And both sides are just kind of playing down bottom. I'm not truly surprised that PH are still keeping toe-to-toe, or staying toe-to-toe with Young Gaming. Young Gaming, don't forget, need a Wraith King to get bigger items before they can start carrying and balling out of control. And also Temporal Assassin, she's working on the Deso first, not going for the Blink Dagger, so her ability to chase is not going to be as strong as you would want it to be. You know, speaking of things not being as strong as you want it to be, we got Clinks immediately going to be going invisible, does not want to die right now. That would have been a huge kill on top of him. He's only died one time this whole entire game, wants to try to keep it that way. Might want to try to keep it that way. Gonna go ahead and walk to his own jungle. Dark Pack of Creep. And he'll continue to farm. It looks like this Clink is working on, was it a Deso? Deso first? Interesting. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Alright, so moving on to the mid lane, Observer Sentry Ward getting placed to make sure they can see what's coming around the corner. When it comes around the corner, I don't know if we have any Sentry Wards on the side of Planet Hype, but if we do, they would need a mid as soon as possible. That'd be great. Lena has an 8th lens picked up, so basically a Zeus. So she can actually blow up a few people, have a little bit extra range. Meanwhile, bottom tower, Taborlin, gonna have a little bit of fun going toe-to-toe with that tower. I think you need to go ahead and commit to it, or it looks like he's not. A little bit afraid there's going to be some TP rotations in here. Doesn't want to die right now. Speaking of not wanting to die, Wraith King's working on what looks to be... Is that a medallion? See, I'm not sure if Wraith King's building a medallion or if he's going straight for AC, but they're going to find the Pudge. Pudge will be going down here in a few seconds. Cassie from Witch Doctor bouncing in the wrong places. Looks like a follow-up stun from Lion did miss completely. And Pudge going to continue to run out of here. Templar Assassin's trapped a little bit bugged out, and Seraph actually almost got pulled in. He actually might have liked that. Wraith King would have immediately followed. But Wraith King's ulti's in 24 seconds, so I guess they wanna just stymie all the aggression for a second, let Wraith King get his ulti back, and then go for it. Meanwhile, Klink's doing the thing that he should be doing, which is split pushing. Gonna go ahead and push the top lane. Seraph, oh, nice hook from Pudge. He does catch the Witch Doctor. Beautiful play. Atlas, nice play from you, bro. You deserve a cookie. Gets a Soul Ring instead. Close enough. Cookie, Soul Ring, all the same. Anyway, ulti from Lina does fly through. Unfortunately, Abaddon had the Aphotic Shield, so he's able to keep himself alive. And now Pudge has the mana for a hook. Is going to be forced himself back. He didn't use the Soul Ring for that. And this is somewhere that can be worked from. This is a gold deficit that I think Planet Hype can definitely recover from. This is an XP disadvantage that they can recover from. And with Klinks getting the top lane all by himself, I mean, yeah, definitely perfect. Works out for him in all kinds of different ways. Meanwhile, Aegis did get picked up by Young Gaming, and oh man, Wraith King picked it up. Ugh. Oh god. Oh, that's gross. 3 lives. He has 3 lives right now. If he gets a refresher, he'll have 4 lives. But yeah, I did not see the Roshan going down, so my apologies for not calling that one out. But Desto fully finished off for Templar Assassin, so they do have that fully finished. And Chainmail for rank. I guess he's gonna replace the Stout Shield with a Chainmail? Question mark. Don't really know what he's gonna pick up from this. Don't really know who he hopes to get from this. Anyway, speaking of hoping to get things from this, we got Face of Void, Chronosphere is available. He actually is not gonna drop it. Wurstock's ult is gonna come through. He drops himself a nice time dilation. Gonna save the ulti for the next fight. It's gonna be a wise choice from overall. And we got the courier coming through. Wraith King gonna go and sell his Stout Shield. Picks up the Chainmail. I'm assuming AC is gonna be his next big item, which I think everything else he needs, with the exception of the recipe. Everything else he needs from the side shop. But okay, never mind. Blade Mail. So he's expecting to take quite a bit of damage. Tower will be dying. While we're doing that, let's take a look at everybody's items on the map. Let's see how everything's progressing. Klinks is in fact building a Deso. Interesting stuff. And now Seraph. Oh, Seraph has his ulti available. And if they just do one punch in the face on Seraph, he will. Yeah, his ulti gets procced. So his ulti gets procced on the creep. A little bit unfortunate for that one, but I guess he was expecting a team fight, so why not?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And it's actually kind of surprising the fact that was the first tower for Young Gaming. I mean, their lineup for team fights against pickoffs is pretty darn good, but when it comes to actually getting Pudge Hook misses. Fortunately, that range is not that great without an 8th lens plus an Ags. Sorry, bro. You know, they're pinging this in. Hey, somebody's over here. They're pinging pretty hard. They think Wraith King's farming. They see him now. Okay, they see him now. They see Wraith King farming. They see Wraith King's pretty low. And they're gonna go run around the corner. Whoa, Faces Void, what you doing, bro? I don't know if you're trying to bait him out or what. So he's gonna go ahead and just continue to farm. He does get caught out, taking a nice chunk of damage. Looks like they will go ahead and fight. Chronosphere can actually fall through. Looks like Chronosphere will not fall. They do need to go ahead and drop the Chrono. Now is the perfect time. They're catching everybody. Faces Void, he gets called the CC. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. No, he goes down before it happens. Meanwhile, Lina blows up the Abaddon. Get the F out of here, bro. And Lina's gonna go ahead and try to continue to run away. Dust Appearance gets used up. Klinks is nowhere to be found. He's actually on the backside. He is to be found somewhere. He's gonna go ahead and run away while he can. And now we got the Pudge dropping the ulti on top of the Wraith King. Second life will be getting used, and Pudge, he will be going down here. Nowhere for him to truly go. Templar Assassin gonna be able to blow him up. So 2 kills for 3. 2 kills for 3. At least Klinks got himself some objectives. So nice objective gaming. Klinks being the assassin of towers. So you have the assassin of temples, which is Templar Assassin, and you got the assassin of towers, which is the Klinks. But unfortunately, they did lose their mid tower. They did lose their top tower, and they're about to lose the tier 2. And Vladimir's often comes up for Abaddon. Oh no! Oh no! Blink Dagger fully finished off for Templar Assassin as well, so she can actually get in there, get out of there, blow up some people, and then run away. And Desolator is no... Okay, Desolator is unique attack modifier. I was gonna say. I was gonna ask, is Desolator no longer a unique attack modifier? I think Diffusal Blade is no longer a unique attack modifier. Anyway, Dust Appearance is used. Klink's gonna get Scout all kinds out. He's gonna be going down here. Gonna be getting blown up, and he will die. The Observer plus Sentry Ward combination. It's like, I think Sentry Ward. Trying to see where they got that vision from. Maybe they saw him go invisible, so they just assumed he was running down. I think that might have been what it was. Anyway, Pudge is hanging on the backside. He's going to be able to TP out here. Templar Assassin's Trap, able to scout that one out. And Pudge on the run. He's going to run as fast as he possibly can, but he gets hit with the first slow, the second slow, and the stacks. The Curse of Avernus is a little bit too strong. Wraith King comes forward. Wurstock to commit to ulti as well. And Pudge officially goes down. These Templar Assassin traps are just cutting them all kinds of up. Like, they have nowhere to hide. They're just everywhere. They see everything. Ah, so annoying. Like, there's another trap. Is that another trap? Is that a trap? Was that? Is that in the rush pit? And it's hard to see her traps for some reason. I guess I'm zoomed out too far. There we go. Yeah, better. Much better. Sorry. Alright, going back into the game. Oh man, Wraithing gonna go and blink forward immediately. Chronosphere catches him though. It looks like Lich has ulti available. If Lich does not die, it would be great. He needs to drop his ulti as soon as possible. Drops the ulti, gets it off. Damage is gonna be bouncing on top of the creeps, so it's bouncing in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, Desperate Praise gets used. Clinks is scouted out. Lich ulti still bouncing around doing quite a bit of work. They do get the kill on top of Wraith King now. A huge kill for them after all. Looks like they are gonna try to continue the fight though. Cassie bouncing around, gonna be finding the Clinks. He gets blown up immediately. Nice little spell there coming from Abaddon. Meanwhile, Pudge taking a massive hit to the back. He is gonna be forced to back away. And middle tower will be going down. Pudge hook coming through. Oh, he catches Tempo Assassin. I don't know if you want this one, bro. I don't know about that one, Pudge. You need to be careful with that. Pudge's like, I can still land a hook, bro. And looks like they are going to be able to survive. They're going to be able to survive on the Pudge at least. And we're going to armlet getting picked up by Wraithing, so a little bit late on their armlet. But, I mean, what else do you build at this point in the game? BKB will be a nice item to get, I guess. Geometry Sight is going to be coming up on Abaddon, so they can scout out the Clinks every single time. And Clinks' game just got that much harder. Like, it just got so goddamn hellish. Not only is your person, or is your Clink so reliant on being able to get the solo pickoffs, but he's so reliant on being able to get the single pickoffs, and he's super flimsy. So that means that if he doesn't get those pickoffs, if he doesn't get those ganks, he will be going down. Unless you start committing your Clinks to go farm, which, you know, all things said and done, Dragon Rake has been doing a good balance of going for ganks and going for farm. So at the very least, he's still farming. He's not completely reliant on going for the ganks, but with this current lineup, I mean, Planet Hype really want to get the Pudge to get a few hooks. They really want the Lich to get a good ulti off, maybe get an Aghanim Scepter at some point in the game. He's working on the mechanism, has a fully finished up. They even want the Clinks. Actually, Clinks is going to come down bottom. They will find themselves a wild Witch Doctor all by himself. Witch Doctor will be getting blown up here in a second. Clinks is coming in. He's going to go for it. He's committing. 1, 2, 3 right clicks is all it takes, and they do get the kill. Exactly what they wanted. Meanwhile, Timber Assassin around the backside finds the traps. They do have a Geometry Sight. Nope, I lied. They don't. And Facebook is going for the Axe first. I don't understand. Why Axe first? Just go for Blink Dagger, bro. Facebook is going for the Axe first. Speaking of Blink Dagger, we got Wraithing blinking in. He's the big man on campus. Lena gets blown up. Lion drops the Finger of Death. Lena does officially go down. And a lot of Blink Daggers up too. I mean, Lion has a Blink Dagger now, so that's a huge problem. That means that he can get in there, get out of there, and do some pretty nasty things. Speaking of doing nasty things, we got Mr. Cash. Mr. Cash sees a Pudge. I don't know. They see the Abaddon too. This is gonna make it hard for him. Abaddon has a Geometry Sight. I think they scout out the Geometry Sight. And Pudge is gonna be able to TP out. Meanwhile, Clinks is gonna go ahead and go for the middle tower, just trying to do some hit and run. He will be able to run himself out of here, and he can hit it again if he really wants to. Looks like he truly does not want to hit that tower again. He is truly sorry. Oh yeah, so talking about the net worth, since he's already up here. Witch Doctor only has 2k net worth, but his team's doing so well that it doesn't really matter. All he has to his name is a Ghost Scepter and a lot of wards that he's been buying this whole entire game. Pudge, on the other hand, he has a Soul Ring and a Smoke of Deceit. I don't know how many wards he's been purchasing up, but I'm assuming he's the one purchasing the wards for his team. And these Tempo Assassin traps are causing so much problems. Like, I mean, I think PH might want to invest in a gym, or hell, even if they can get the gym from the Abaddon, it might be a big deal for him. You know, middle tower does go down. Clink's able to get the tower. He's going to be going for some more split push. Actually, TPing in to help his team with the next fight. They will not be able to defend this tower. They have a Fortify available, but save it for the high ground. Oh no, they fortify now. They dropped a nice hook from Pudge, and now Abaddon ulti comes through. And that's going to be one less ulti to worry about. Lion blinks forward, doesn't really catch anything. They ping out Lion, has a Blink Dagger now. I think if you're young gaming, this is you don't have to rush for anything. This is definitely your game to lose right now. All you got to do is just sit there, chill back, and get your farm. Just get your farm. I mean, Abaddon, if he can get a Blink Dagger, that'd be great too. Instead, he's working on a Drum of Endurance instead. Yeah, correct. Alright, so just confirmation, yeah, so the Diffusal Blade ability is no longer a unique attack modifier. So I mean, Clinks can still go for a Diffusal. I don't think it's a good idea, but he can still go for a Diffusal. Speaking of things not being a good idea, Timber Assassin's trap actually scouted the fact out that the smoke broke, and looks like, oh no, they're all around the corner. Pudge, he's going to be walking to a very bad spot. Basically, going to be the primary target. They're going to go for it. Lich ulti bouncing around. They catch one. No, they catch three. Oh, it was a huge ult. He's going to be bouncing on top of everybody. A lot of damage coming towards Faces Void. He's going to be going down here in a few seconds. Meanwhile, kills happen on the backside. Templar Assassin's down. Wraithing's coming back up here in a second. Nice stun from Lena. Gets hit with the Froggy coming out from the Lion. She gets tornadoed up as well. Clinks is here. He's going to go ahead and blast as many people as possible. He's going to be forced to run back. Looks like everybody's going to continue to go for the fight. Lena's going toe-to-toe with the Abaddon. Not the best of fights, but she has an ulti available. Drops the ulti. The right click goes through. Geometry Sight's on the deck. Will they be able to get this? A big question. Punch hook comes through and misses. Lion blinks out of there. It looks like they will be able to continue to run away. Young Gaming having a very, very, very bad time trying to go into the fight. I mean, it looks like it was going to be a good fight for him once again, but Planet Hype had the rotations. They were in the right spots, and that Chrono caught 3. And also, Faceless Voyage probably thanking the base god Ice Frog for nerfing Wish Doctor's ulti, because otherwise Wish Doctor would have been able to just cause all kinds of trouble in that Chrono. Like, Wish Doctor dropped his ulti, and it's not a Faceless Voyage Chronosphere, which is a big deal, because that means that his ulti will be doing absolutely nothing for the duration of the Chronosphere. And all things considered, Chronosphere lasts 4.5 seconds. Wish Doctor dropped his ulti right next to Faceless Void, and then Faceless Void dropped his Chrono. So basically 4.5 seconds worth of damage was gone from Wish Doctor's ulti. And all things considered, Wish Doctor's ulti does 60 damage per second. I think it does like 0.22 intervals. So that means it has, let's say, four-ish right clicks per second. So 60 times 4, which will turn out to 240. So 240 times 4, which means that they lost an effective, basically 900 damage, almost 1,000 damage out of that. So just one Chronosphere caused 1,000 damage to get lost from Young Gaming, which means that people like Lena was able to survive, people like Pudge were able to survive, people like Clinks was able to survive. But all that math aside, Aegis does still go towards Young Gaming, so they're still focused on objectives. Gonna go ahead and try to go for the next tower. Temporal Assassin, very rightly so, gets the Aegis of the Immortal. And we'll see how this next fight turns out. But I mean, if things like that keep happening, I think Planet Hype will have the silver lining in the clouds. But it really depends on how survivable everybody is. And, you know, for all my harps on Faceless Void going for the Aghanim Scepter first, I understand it gives you stats. And oh no, Clinks gets caught out. Oh, they had the Geometry Sight. No, Dragon Reiki gonna be going down, gets fingered to death, and drops the Wish Doctor ulti as well. Just a cluster crap of just Clinks dying. Ah, very unfortunate way to die. Oh man, so many things were committed for that, but I think it was definitely worth it. Clinks is probably one of the biggest problems for Young Gaming right now. The fact that he can 3-shot Witch Doctor, the fact that he can probably 4-shot Lion, and maybe even 6-shot Abaddon is a big deal. So committing that many ultis to it is a good idea. And Witch Doctor's ulti should be up in the next team fight. Meanwhile, Raid Boss Wraith King is ready to go, has a Hyperstone available, probably going to be working towards the next big item, which I think will be the Hyperstone build-up. Jeez, what's the name of the thing? Oh, it's gonna bother me now. I'm trying to think about it without looking at it. Yeah, I can't think of it. Man, I am blanking so hard. Moonshard. Wow, I would have never gotten that. So he's probably gonna be going for the Moonshard next. He can actually go for the AC, which I think would be a better idea to keep him nice and survivable. But instead, he's gonna pause, go for a Daedalus. Actually, no, it's Mr. Cash's. Mr. Cash's Temporal Assassin. So Temporal Assassin is working towards a Daedalus. Wraith King, he's working towards probably an AC. And oh, the hook from Pudge. Oh, you caught the wrong target, bro. He's gonna drop the ulti anyway. They committed. He's committed. He's doing this. He's doing this, boys. And he goes down. These Pudge hooks, I mean, they've been catching good people, but Wraith King is not the one you want to pick. Like, he kind of went fishing, pulled in a shark, and tried to GFOT, but instead got wrecked. So yeah, this is definitely way in favor of Young Gaming. Planet Hype still trying to fight back from this game. If they can win like maybe 1 or 2 team fights, like if they can have more fights like the one that happened towards their high ground, the Secret Shop, then that would be great. If they can have a few more fights like that, that might be able to help them pull back in. But I don't foresee them pulling themselves back into this game. I mean, Lena needs an Octarine Core to be super effective. Clinks, he still needs some bigger items. BKB definitely going to be one of the items on this list. And even if he does get a BKB, I don't think it's going to matter too much. He's just going to get wrecked pretty hard. Speaking of wrecked though, Pudge, he thought about the hook. And now he pulls a hook, he pulls himself a nice little Seraph. And Seraph actually going to get the ulti pushed off. And now Pudge forced him to drop the ulti, backs away. And looks like they are pinging, they're pinging pretty hard. Abaddon should be fine though, he's going to be able to heal up. Meanwhile, Clinks is down bottom, just wrecking all kinds of havoc. Has a blink dagger now, thank God. So Clinks is able to blink out of there, blink in, blink out, and just do some damage. He's going for the Miracle Dota, where he'll be the only one down there by himself, trying to split push towers while his team defends as hard as they can. But with Raid Boss Wraith King out here, I mean, I don't know how much they can actually do with it. Maybe Temporal Assassin can jump in and maybe Suicide and get a kill or two, but I mean, Clinks can definitely split push these guys. I think Clinks has the damage necessary. He has about, 200 damage per right click, plus a Deso. So for anybody who doesn't know how damage works on towers, towers basically feel half the damage from heroes because of the way siege armor works. And before we talk about that, we got Pudge getting hit with the stun. Wraithing's going all in. He's getting all the right click damage out, but I think he drops his blade mail a little bit too soon. Meanwhile, Face of Void gets blown up immediately. If he has a buyback, he needs to use it now. Yes, he does if he has to use it. Meanwhile, Witch Doctor's also going to go ahead and come through. It doesn't really do too much damage. Pudge actually coming back into the fight. He drops his ulti. The ulti gets cancelled. I'm not sure what happened on that one. But it looks like they did not drop the ulti completely on top of Wraith King. Instead, they're going to go ahead and try to focus on other targets. The hook from Pudge does come through, pulls the Wraith King back into a very bad spot, but this is where Wraith King wants to die. His ulti's available. He's going to be hit and healed up by Abaddon action. Now Abaddon comes in the middle. His ulti's available as well. Faces Void Chrono can come through, but oh no, he doesn't have enough to actually do anything. Lina drops the right clicks. Clink's dropping the right clicks. And here's a Chrono that you want. This is the Dream Chrono. He catches 3, he catches 4 inside of it. They're all going to be taking damage. He gets his mana drain though, but looks like they have no damage to follow up. The follow-up is too weak. Wraith King taking so much damage. The Pudge ulti going to hold him down. Abaddon trying to keep him alive, but it's not going to be enough. Lina actually falls down, and now we got Abaddon. Wraith King going to be the one to go down. Clink's trying to continue to pull through. So much damage still left. Young Gaming sitting relatively healthy. Lich getting blown up immediately. Pudge going to be the next one. 2-shotted by Templar Assassin. Are you freaking kidding me? Clink's... The right clicks are going to go through. Mr. Cash, I mean, Clink's blinks out. Eats a cast into the face. Lina... Yeah. It's all fun and games until somebody actually dies. It looks like there's going to be a next death coming in here in a few seconds. The right click's going to be enough. Age actually gets reclaimed. Oh no, if Templar Assassin dies, it's going to be a huge deal. No, the damage is not there. We're stuck a little bit too strong with his heal. Are you kidding me? They need to get that kill immediately. Templar Assassin going to TP out of there. Watch again. Oh, that is so heartbreaking. That timing on the Aegis was gross. Like, it just basically went out, just barely went out, and Templar Assassin almost lost her life. That would have been a huge kill for Planet Hype, but unfortunately they don't get it. So now you have a Wraith King with an Assault Cuirass, you have Templar Assassin with a Daedalus plus a Deso, you have Abaddon with the Vladimir's Offering plus the drums, and he's working on Aghanim Scepter. So many gross things are happening right now. 8th Lens is up on Witch Doctor. Lion has a Blink Dagger. He's working on Aghanim Scepter for his own. But at least on the other side, Planet Hype, they have the mechanism. They're working on a 4-staff for Lich, so that's gonna be a nice little silver lining in the clouds. Faces Void. I hope he has an Ags, but no, he's still working on Ags. So all he has is a point booster plus the Ogre Club. Lina, Blink Dagger. Or sorry, Lina has oh, Lina needs a Blink Dagger too. Yeah, Lina with the Blink Dagger would be nice. But instead, I think she's investing more in her magic damage output. So Octarine Core probably gonna be her next big item. But at least she has an Ag, so that means it's going to be on relatively short cooldown, and plus it will go through magic immunity, which nobody on the side of Young Gaming have decided to go for a BKB anyway, so kind of sucks. That you invested so much in an Aghanim Scepter, but it's not going to be super uber important. At the very least, the damage output is going to be nice, and the cooldown reduction is going to be nice overall. Which I think this gives you cooldown reduction in her ulti. I don't remember. Pudge hook comes through, catches the Lion. Lion's going to drop his CC on top of Pudge, and Alice might be in trouble. Oh wow. The stun catches on top of 2. A very unfortunate series of events. They're not going to be able to even get the kill on top of Lion. And Lion has an Aghanim Scepter now. Blink Dagger, Aghanim Scepter. Just expect to see people get blown up every single time. 60-second cooldown right now. Not yet a 20-second cooldown, which is a little bit unfortunate, but... I guess it depends on your perspective on what's unfortunate, what's not unfortunate. Speaking of things being unfortunate, Clink's gonna be able to get out of here. That's a fortunate thing for his life. And a rank on that Wraith King. Gonna go ahead and just continue to run through. Oh, Pudge hook coming through. He catches himself a wild Wraith King, but not the one you want to catch. And there goes the Chronosphere. There goes the damage. They're dropping everything that they got on top of the whole entire team. The full load is coming through. It's not gonna be enough. The Wraith King, the only one to die, but he'll be coming back up here in a few seconds. Witch Doctor ulti coming around, bouncing around a little bit. Gets a nice little stun on top of the Lich, and Lich will be going down here in a few seconds. Me online ulti coming through, catching a few people on the backside. Not gonna be able to yet get the kill on top of the Clinks, and Abaddon ulti finally getting popped off. And looks like he's gonna continue to run away. And in Planet Hype, they will lose the tower. A lot of spells getting used, a lot of gold getting changed, but I don't think that changes anything really. I mean, Young Gaming from basically the I want to say like from basically the, let's say, 9-minute mark, they've been holding on to an advantage that they haven't let go of. Just basically a chokehold on it. There were a few times where Planet Hype had the opportunity to come in, and I like the adjustment that they made. I mean, for all said and done, I mean, Lina versus Templar Assassin, probably not the best of ideas, but Lina Lich versus Templar Assassin Witch Doctor, you might be able to do something with that. Alright, Pudge hook gonna come through. He finds himself a wild Lion, drops the ulti. Atlas gonna be canceling the ulti immediately. Now we got the damage coming through on top of Faces Void. He gets wrecked pretty hard, and there goes the secondary kill on top of Pudge. GG well played coming out from Planet Hype. They're gonna go ahead and tap out of this game. That is gonna be it, guys. And oh man, Temporal Assassin in the fountain? Oh, anyway. So yes, that's gonna be it, guys. So Planet Hype, unfortunately, not able to pull out a game this one. Young Gaming do take both games in this series, and I don't know. I like the consideration. I just think that the biggest drawback was the Clinks. Like if you have a different carry, maybe the Pudge too. But I mean, Pudge did an okay job, but Clinks is so underwhelming. Like you just buy some Central Wars and you counter Clinks. Good job. Anyhow, all that aside, all of the hindsight 2020 aside, my name is CulBlu. Just watch you guys this game in the JoinDota League. This has been a lot of fun casting this. Hopefully we get to cast some more stuff. And yeah, if you want to check out more of my stuff, feel free to go check me out on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBluDota. You can also check me out on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/CulBlu. That's CulBlu. And that's really it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you guys whenever.